Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Clearly Stated. You're with Vibrating Minds. I want to talk about the disappointment of family today, just because it's a topic that people are not talking about. Yes, I said that this channel is going to be about conversations that people are not having. Family, that wonderful, complex entity that has been instilled in our worlds to provide us with a tremendous amount of emotional stability, instability, however you want to word it. And I'm going to say the vast majority of the population is under unstable emotional levels. I know I am. Well, I'm working on it. So lift your hand up. We're all on our emotional instability, and family tends to just play a really pivotal role in all of that because they are technically our primary environment. They're there to either build us up or tear us down. If they're there to build us up and encourage our soul to evolve and develop and grow and become an absolutely amazing version of ourselves every day, then that is the family that you're in. Then kudos to you. Like, no word of a lie. Kudos to you. I'm sure that the vast majority of the population would have liked to have been put into that type of world, but unfortunately, not. And because we wrote out our stories the way we wrote it out. And that's the other aspect I want to talk about family as well, is that I think one of the big things that we tend to do more often than not is to blame our primary environment for the way we turned out to be. And yes and no. Okay. And I'll explain that because that falls under the lack of and less than mentality, right? So, lack of, you never felt worthy of anything because everything was lacking within your household. If it was lack of love, lack of attention, lack of, or you had the I'm not enough, right? Or less than. I'm not enough. That would be Marissa Peer's beautifully tapped in psyche that she has evaluated and assessed and come up with an amazing version of I am not enough. And it's very true. The vast majority of the population, we live under, I don't know what to call it, a stigma attached to us, right? That we're either, we're lacking something, which gives us really unbalanced emotional traits, or we feel less than, which again unbalances our emotional. And that comes, well, no, I'm going to, and hey, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not nothing of anything. I'm speaking to you under my own experience. That's all. That's the knowledge that I have. I can't give you any more than that. And when you're brought up in a toxic familial environment, it's most likely that this is ancestral, right? This goes down lineages, right? It goes down to further back than your mom and dad. Okay, so we have to really start healing that. And in order for us to be able to heal it and work on it, we have to sit with ourselves. We have to sit with that pain. And that means we need to assess our family role. And just so you know, you chose your mother and your father. They didn't choose you. And that was done through your contractual obligations that you made prior to arrival on Earth. Your soul created a contract which included choosing your parents because that was going to be your earthly experience. You wanted to go through various sets of earthly experiences, and you chose your parents for that. So you can't blame mom and dad for it anymore. You just can't. And your siblings came along with the contractual process that you created. Now you're going to have heroes in your world and you're going to have villains. It's just the way it is. Some are here to play the hero and some are here to play the villain. And it's a matter, if you are connected enough with your own spirit and your own soul and your own internal psyche, this allows you to understand your triggers. And with those triggers comes a reaction to an emotion that was triggered as a result of a situation or a circumstance. And that could be anything. That could be grand, big, huge, or it could be a tiny little thing. And it really depends on your own personal triggers. We have to be able to sit with our emotions and forgive our family, because each one of us has a role that we played. For myself, I came in as a daughter, as a sister, as a girlfriend and a wife, and then a mother. And through all that, I was a friend and acquaintance through my work and through my social means. And I played a role in the environment that I was in. And everybody played a role in the story that I wrote. I no longer have a sense of dread or disdain or hurt or pain for my ancestral lineage. I was just part of that DNA strand. And if I can understand the damage that was done in my ancestral lineage and I can work on fixing it, and fixing it, I mean really zoning in on the triggers, really zoning in on where the pain occurred, understanding the environment that you were in at the time. I'm not saying agree with it. When you're assessing, you're not assessing with emotion. You're assessing so you can evaluate the situation and understand where you sit. And family causes a lot of damage. And we have to forgive them, because they're all just playing their own role. The only thing we can do with our own sense of wellness is stay in our own lanes. Just stay in your own lane. Don't worry about nobody else. You do your road. And understand that when you have an emotional trigger, if it's anger, if it's sadness, whatever that emotional trigger is, the negative ones, I'm not talking about, the good ones. The good ones are amazing. We all love to be in bliss. Point is that we don't live in bliss 24/7, right? So when we're not in bliss and whatever's going on in our world, we need to be able to understand the triggers. And if you're very angry and upset, give that emotion its room to be there. Let it be. When you feel the heat coming through your body and your face turning red, just sit in it for just a second. Don't say nothing. We have to make room at the table for our emotions. We have to get comfortable with them, because no matter what, we can't be suppressing them anymore. We can't be pushing them down. We have to bring them because they're part of the human experience. So I just wanted to share that and allow you guys to understand that family, yes, As bliss and as wonderful as they can also be the detriment to our character. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's open up the 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 table to converse, and let's start talking about this pain. Let's start talking about our pain to start healing. And what's the biggest monkey in the room, or the biggest elephant in the room, or however you want to word it? That conversation, that primary environment that has impacted the better part of our character. Got to start sitting with our pain, and we got to start forgiving our family. I'm at 11. Until next time, it's clearly stated, vibrating minds.